And Hangout is live. All right, so as previously established, when we played last, oh wait,
Whoa!
just in the nick of time, a wild Bob appears.
Beware of the wild Bob.
Yeah, we're just getting the ball rolling on today's adventure. So yes, when we played last, the Solar Star had put in at Spaceport America, a shiny new space station that the Americans have built in Earth orbit.
The best ever.
The best ever. Of course, purely peaceful in in nature. We're totally not flexing on everyone else with our know-how. Let's not worry about that. Once here, we finally sent the miners on to the authorities, and R&R kind of broke out for various members of the crew. The captain immediately went and found a bar and started drinking. While he was doing so, he was approached by a European named Kama, who is here to observe and be the solar, and therefore has joined the Solar Star as their new science officer, kind of taking the place of Dr. Yuri, who we haven't seen much of since he boarded the ship. He's kind of a man in a room who hands things out from time to time.
I told you he merged himself with the ship. I don't know why.
So we added a new crew member. The captain got drunk. The prince took in some of the sights of the space station and met a Martian merchant, a member of the Pilthuri caste named Parthon, up in the observation dome, and sent him to go see Ilmathar on Mars in order to get Ilmathar anything that he might need. Thargan went on a quest for strawberry pudding, and did so in a very Thargan way. He was eventually successful. The captain eventually made it back to the ship drunk, much to the chagrin of Cora. Tag and Binks convinced Thargan to honor the captain by drawing facial hair on his face with a marker. The captain took a dim view of this in the morning. Thargan ratted out Tag and Binks, and they were sent to empty out the septic system. Once on the ship, Kama set about making himself at home in the science lab, including making use of Jimmy's services. Kama quested some plutonium in order to carry out his experiments. Somehow, in ways that I'm sure should not disturb anyone anywhere, and everyone should just be okay with this. Jimmy suddenly, it took him a bit, appeared with a lead casket with Russian writing on it, with 7 grams of plutonium inside. Kama also met some of the crew, had an interesting exchange with Prince about singularities and their potential while Thargan waited outside. And he also performed some upgrade on the ship's engines in order to demonstrate his worth to the captain, who kind of didn't really remember adding a roping to the crew because he was drinking at the time. Meanwhile, reported to Cora up on the bridge that Romani was missing, as he apparently did not return to the ship last night. So Cora organized a search party, pulling Tag and Binks off of septic system duty, which they were more than happy to abandon. And she went in search of Romani. Went to the security station. Found out that someone matching Romani's description was seen fleeing a fight at a bar on the lower part of the ring called the Rocket Drive.
Genki.
And here. So she set out to go try and retrace Romani's steps. So when we left, then Thargan decided to celebrate his strawberry pudding success with Rocky Road ice cream, which has chocolate in it, even though the Martians were avoiding chocolate because of potentially hallucinogenic effects on their system. So that won't go horribly wrong at all. So yeah, so when we left, it is morning on Starport, America. What's that name wrong? Let's see, Spaceport America. Most of the crew is on the ship, with the exception of Cora, Tag, and Binks. They are approaching the rocket drive in their quest to find Romani. Okay.
Oh, let's see.
So we will pick up with Cora, Tag, and Binks. In these days, I will stop coughing, and it will be glorious. Yes, you find yourself standing in front of the rocket drive. It has kind of a neon rocket on the signage. It is early here on Spaceport America, but it is open for those who like to drink with their breakfast, because it's the 30s and people do that.
And if you're a woman, you do it with shoulder pads.
That's right.
Depending on the shoulder pads.
And eyebrows that go halfway up your forehead.
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
That permanent stunned expression.
I'm perpetually surprised.
Thank you. Those were amazing. Why does her face look like that?
Why does anyone's face look like things? Who knows?
What's wrong with her face? It's the eyebrows. It's always the eyebrows.
You mean those two caterpillars crawling up your forehead?
Yes, those things. Those thick, bushy, dark things.
Some people only have one.
The unibrow.
Yeah.
Feel free to Kahlo out of it. Come on.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
And Angling back on track.
You should start with the power mad European. You should.
You should start with you. I want to see you get it put to you.
What? You was what? What?
We'll start with, I said, we'll get to getting what they're on the ship.
What?
You guys fight amongst yourselves with that one there. But yeah, so Cora, you were there in front of the rocket drive. Tag and Vince were like, it kind of looks like classy joint. You think Romani had it in him?
Oh. Well. So what kind of place is this? Is it just a basic bar, or is it more of a crap bar or dive bar? Or...
It's not really a dive bar. It's kind of it actually is kind of an upscale kind of a bar. Romani doesn't usually end up in places like this, but the space bar in space. So yeah, it's kind of an upscale joint. Definitely, if you're looking for it's definitely kind of odd there'd be a fight in a place like this. Usually, that's reserved for the kind of the lower class places. You wouldn't expect there to be a fight here.
Kind of places that the captain would normally frequent.
No,
Yeah.
I like classy joints.
No.
Captain has a different idea of classy joint.
There's a different definition of classy joint. Ooh, hey, I think this
Like greasy spoon.
This glass is clean. Woo, upscale.
there's no spot on it. Okay, so you two watch yourselves, please.
Will do. So we got your back. Anything goes sideways.
Ooh.
Go up to the. I don't know. Do we have to like be seated, or you can just go up to the bar? Or...
You can just go up to the bar. It doesn't have the please wait to be seated or anything like that there, but hasn't quite gotten that upscale. But yeah, you go in there. You got pretty good sized bar along the back wall. You've got some various circular tables kind of scattered throughout there. It looks like they've got a place where a band can play. They've also got they've also have a jukebox there along one of the walls. Everything very rocket themed. So you got like fins on them, like fins on the front of the chair. The tables kind of look like the back end of rockets. And it's kind of shiny and chrome. They've got silvery chrome and red pads on the seats. Bartender kind of looks up and like, starting off early. What can I get you?
Actually, I'm looking for some information.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Found some you have.
Pulls out Romany's headshot or whatever you want to call it.
Actor headshot.
I understand this person was in here the other night.
Kind of looks out like, yeah. And it kind of stands out in the crowd. Like, he one of yours, or?
Yeah, he's part of my crew. I understand there was some altercation here last night.
Yeah, we don't usually get them, get people like get things like that in them, this place. Run a respectable establishment.
I understand.
I know we get a lot of traffic and whatnot, but try and keep things, civil. We're kind of an upscale crowd in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, everything is, all, just running smoothly. Everything's copacetic. Band is playing. No big deal. Then, all of a sudden, there's, bit of a, bit of a noise. I look up, and this guy is got himself kind of, standing nose to nose with some big guy. I didn't see him before. And is, trying to tell him off or something. So before I get over there to him to break things up, big guy throws a punch, hits Pretty Boy here in the face pretty hard, bumps into one guy, spills a drink, knocks over a table, he knocks into a guy. Suddenly I got people all over the place throwing down.
Great.
It's like the beginning of Temple of Doom.
And I understand my crew member ran off.
Yeah. Him and the broad caught sight of them heading for the exit before I took him a chair to the back.
Oh. No idea what they were arguing about.
No, and figure it was the way he was between the big guy and the woman, and figure maybe the big guy got handsy and your crewman there took exception to it. Is he kind of that type?
Mm-hmm. That wouldn't surprise me. Anything else you might recall, or?
Well, I know that the the woman's name is Maria. She's been in here for the past couple of nights. First time I've seen her leave with anyone, though. And attractive sort, killer red dress.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was Lola.
Shut it here. Peanut.
And she had plenty of opportunities to go home with someone else. You know what I mean? But I guess Pretty Boy here is a lucky winner. Possibly least you could do for taking a haymaker to the temple.
You don't happen to know where she resides?
Does he know? How knowledgeable is our friendly local bartender? Let's find out.
Oh, they know everything.
Bartenders usually do.
Well, they do when they roll like that. They do. Well, I think she's got some accommodations, some up in the habitation ring, not in the permanent housing up there. I think she's in the temporary housing there in E section.
E section. Oh.
don't know whereabouts in there exactly, but much like your crewman here, she stands out in the crowd.
Okay.
And I did mention that to the station security when they came in here to clean things up, but I don't know if they've gotten around to don't know how high of a priority it is for them.
Well, I appreciate the information, and you do see him. Can you calm my ship? And she gives him the ship name.
Will do. I mean, I got to be honest with you. They did kind of break up the place here, and he was kind of kind of part of the start of that fight. I wouldn't mind, figuring out what the deal was.
She slips him 20 for the information, at least.
Well, thank you kindly.
We'll see if we can do anything regarding compensation for at least some of the busted up furniture.
Well, like I said, it's not all on him. I mean, big guy threw the first punch, but
Yeah.
All the gin joints and all this ring, he had to come into theirs.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I guess we're heading to the E section of the habitation ring.
Not the E section.
not the E section. Special guest stars, the E Street Band.
Brought to you by the letter E. And Captain Crunch.
All right. So while you head up to the habitation wing, we will smash cut from there to the rest of the crew.
Excuse me.
Hey, Jimmy,
Yes, Captain.
get me some tomato juice, 2 eggs, some Tabasco, and banana.
How do you want your eggs, Captain?
Bucket with that, sir?
Very good at bucket.
Why didn't you just ask him to bring you a Bloody Mary hangover cure?
We can make such good hamburgers.
Because John has never had a Bloody Mary and no one knows the ingredients.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, I should, that's painfully obvious. Yes, okay.
So, doesn't take Jimmy long to reappear with what you asked for. Here you go, Captain.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Anytime.
Drinks it down. Much better. Whoa, what's happening?
Not much. What's happening with you?
Well, here on the ship today, Kama is, I believe he is working in his lab on a project. Dargan is enjoying some Rocky Road ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Did your character actually go to a CD bar?
Yeah. He doesn't exactly know why he's there. He feels compelled to be there. So he's kind of going where it feels like he should be. And there he is in this bar.
All right, we'll get to that.
The best part is he's the only Martian there. He's the only non-human.
All the
Out in the crowd.
And now the Martians in the solar system, he had to walk into my bar.
and,
Right.
and all of that. and all of that right there.
And all that happened.
It's like,
So Jimmy continues with, well, the prince is off the ship. So are Cora, Tag, and Binks.
What? I think Binks is supposed to be cleaning the lavatory. Right, Cora.
Yes, but
Come on.
well, Cora got a call that Romani is missing. I believe she took Tag and Binks to go find them.
Oh, yeah, that was bound to happen.
It does happen a lot, Captain.
I'm gonna fix that.
Gonna fix him? What?
How are you going to do that?
I don't know quite yet, but we will.
I'm sure you will, Captain.
So, where was Cora, Tag, and Binks headed to?
I think they started off with the security station.
Yeah. And where did the prince go?
I don't know where the prince is. I don't know if the prince told anyone where he was going before I left or just left of his own accord there. Like, I don't know where he is right now. I can go looking for him if you want.
Well, no, that's fine, Jimmy. That's fine. Well, I think Cora can handle herself, but I don't know if the prince can survive this. There's no other Martians here that I know of. I think I better go find the prince.
Very good. And can't be too many Martians around, like you said. Probably stands out.
Yeah. He gets off the ship. Now, if I was a Martian, where would I go? I know exactly where he'd go. To a bar.
All right, so you're heading off in search of the prince. What are you up to?
See if I can unmute myself.
Okay.
I am not sure. Maybe I'll follow the captain.
All right.
Of course. Tag and Binks.
All right, so you are gliding in the direction of the captain, who is setting off in the direction of
The CD
Prince.
bar that he can find.
Prince, who is currently starring in the beginning of his very own film noir story.
Sorry, my film noir. This is what happens when you leave me unattended for too long, Bryce.
What happened?
Film noir just breaks out.
It's kind of true. I've known him for a long time. He's got a thing for it.
Then, if you got a thing for it, I have 2 separate noir-based role-playing games in my library.
Okay, we may have to break those out one day. I need to put on a leather jacket or a nice long trench coat. I need to be rent barely paid. Dodging predators.
Let's see. I think one is just called Noir, and it's kind of a bare bones one design for kind of one-shotty kind of things. The other one, I think it's in my iBooks library. Let me go look around here. Let's see. It's going to be in PDF. Yeah. We got Noir, which is, like I said, kind of a simple, basic mechanics kind of a thing. You slap together a character and do a 1 or 2 shot. And then the other one is definitely a bit more, is significantly more involved. It's called A Dirty World, and that is more designed for longer campaign kind of things there.
Cool. We'll try it.
Mike is kind of a dirty world.
But I've never actually run A Dirty World. I did run a 1-shot of War. I think that was when Andrea, Will, and a friend of theirs, Rich Rogers, were kind of just running through 1-shots of various systems. I ran one for them, and it was fun. It was like a heist and a double cross and everything you need for a War.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We'll have to break that out sometime.
Put that on the list. But for right now, here in a CD in a CD bar somewhere on Spaceport, America, Prince walks into a bar or glides into a bar effortlessly in the way that he does.
He's wearing a fedora for some reason.
Where'd that come from?
That would be awkward. Yeah. It wouldn't fit his head right. It would just fall off. It would be sad. So, yeah. He's sitting at his table. He's observing the woman at the bar. He's confused. He's also not sure why this drink wound up in front of him. He didn't order it. But, oh well. He keeps looking over at the angry young man in the corner. And the several other, not as angry young men with him.
Those all the young men making fun of the young man that's angry?
No, they're making fun. They're laughing about the apparent other pretty young man, I guess at a bar somewhere else, who got beaten because he was talking to someone else's girlfriend or something. Stianix is not entirely clear on the details about that. But for some reason, he knows he should be here. He just doesn't know what's waiting for him here.
This is extra melty.
Something called him.
Okay.
I'll tell you now, you cannot have another one just like it.
So yeah, in the corner there is a rather large man. Because it's kind of celebratory of that guy from that uppity pretty boy of messing up his face a bit, while at the same time not getting the girl. So it's kind of a mixed bag for them over there. It's kind of I can't believe that she ran off with him. What the hell is she thinking? So if I get my hands on them again, it's over with. Those kind of things. Meanwhile, the woman that has caught your attention has got a drink. She doesn't seem to be actually drinking it, definitely nursing it, while kind of always looking around the room a bit there.
Okay. Okay, so the prince decides he's going to get up and indulge himself a question. He gets up and kind of glides over towards the clustered table full of young humans. He has his staff with.
You froze up on me there for a second. You have your staff doing what now?
No, I have my staff with me.
All right, cool.
And he stops and waits for them to acknowledge him, as is his due.
So finally, they kind of stop laughing and look up, and the lead angry one, the one who is angry over losing the girl to the pretty boy, looks up like, is there something we can help you with?
Forgive me. I am confused. I cannot help but wonder. Humans, their mating practices, I find them confusing. Isn't it essentially true that humans are not terribly good at being, what is the word? Mating for life. I believe that's the operative term. In which case, why enter into such a union under the supposition that either one party would?
So his brow furrows, his like three buddies are all kind of looking at each other.
Yeah.
Clearly, they did not understand all of the words in your sentence.
Except for you're not good at.
Are you talking about settling down with someone?
Asiatics kind of pauses, and he pauses for a beat, and then he's, I'm so sorry. I have utilized your language in a way in which you do not understand. I shall use shorter words. Humans are, it seems, not able to not mate frequently with as many people as possible. So why would you expect any of you to behave differently? Did you understand that? So much trouble, so much trouble, so much trouble. Like
is he insulting us? I don't know. I think so.
Asiatics has now lost interest in this conversation altogether.
So look, if you're asking why, I don't know if you can listen to our conversation or not, but if you're asking why we try and get with women, because
so you also, how did you say, coo other people's chicks? If you coo others' chicks, then why wouldn't someone else? I'm not entirely sure what you're speaking about anymore.
Well, look, I don't know what you've heard, but she wasn't with anyone. Okay, all I did was, ask her if she wanted to dance, and then she took offense to it. Okay.
Asiatics literally midway through his conversation. Never mind. I did not realize you were not smart enough for me to have a conversation with you. And he just jumps away. He just turns around and walks away. It's like, never mind.
Put up with that from me. He just called us stupid, didn't he? Yes, he did. It's like first that twerp, and now this. No.
Head towards the bar. She seems more interesting. Perhaps she is the reason he is here.
Hey, we're not done with you yet. Get back here.
He kind of vaguely glances in their general direction and kind of frowns like shooing away a fly. And then he goes to the bar. And he kind of looks at the woman there.
She kind of looks back at you like just kind of looks like that thing which kind of looks behind her, like if you're looking at someone, it's like, what? Can I help you?
You are most interesting.
So she kind of pauses, like, so look, if you're trying to pick me up, no, I'm not interested. So I don't, you know.
I'm so sorry. You must weigh at least probably 1.5 times more than myself. I could never pick you up.
Oh, okay. Look, I'm kind of like,
No, the reason I say this is because you are not behaving like them or them. Certainly not like that group over there. And clearly you're far more intelligent than that group over there.
The meathead? Well, thanks. Yeah, I think I'm smarter than a bunch of meatheads. But
Did not realize that humans had a subcaste like that. Meatheads.
well,
So
sometimes they're called blockheads. It just depends on your terminology.
I take it they are manual labor. They're your labor caste.
Probably. Looks like they just kind of probably work on one of the freighters. But I'm kind of expecting someone.
They are not here now.
No, they're supposed to be, but
Very well then. I shall have a conversation with you until they arrive. He's plants himself next to her. Now, this practice, cooing chicks, can you explain this to me? You are not precisely what I pictured when I thought of what they must be thinking is a chick. No. You're closer to what I heard referred to as a broad, but I don't think that seems completely accurate.
Well, I don't know if I'm necessarily their type. I think they probably go for people who are a bit looser. But these are freighter types. They long hauls, probably out past them, out into Jupiter space.
Jupiter space.
Well, and it's where the real money is. They've got settlement going on out on Ganymede.
That would make sense. You would send the most expendable out into the greatest threat area.
Sky Islands of Jupiter. Staging points for exploration. Further in the solar system, whatnot. But so they make the long trip out, and when they get back here, they've got money and a lot of pent up energy, and so someone flashes some leg, and that's how it goes.
So what you're saying is that their freighter was out in Jupiter space?
Probably. I don't know exactly what ship they're on, but they seem like the type.
I understand now why I'm here. Thank you kindly. Please enjoy the remainder of your drink. You are most assuredly not a chick. He stands up, glides back over to the table with the meatheads.
Thanks. So as you saunter back to the meatheads, I think we'll have Captain Comet having him search a couple of bars, kind of passing by this one. Out of the corner of your eye, you catch a Martian prince gliding. It's probably what you're looking for. He's toting around it. He's toting around a staff as well.
Oh.
Unless you've revealed yourself to the captain, you kind of see the captain stop at a bar, in front of a bar, and
I'm observing.
So you've observed the captain go in and out of a couple of bars, and finally in front of this one has stopped.
Okay.
So yeah, Captain, got a Martian prince gliding over to a quartet of rather angry-looking people who are kind of standing up as the Martian glides over to them.
He has that effect on people.
I head to the bar.
It's my Martian charm.
Charm. Is that the word you're using for it?
Get myself a space beer, and
Space beer.
let's see what happens.
Schlitz malt liquor. Now in space.
All right, so Prince, Captain Comet arrives and heads to the bar. Meanwhile, my quartet of meatheads are kind of standing up to meet your approach.
All right. I glide over to them and I say, it is my understanding. Wait, I'm so sorry. I have used the wrong words again. I hear that you
Our meatheads?
are on a freighter ship. Ship is shorter than freighter. Ship that was out at Jupiter. It is very laborious to speak to you like this. Can we just use normal language?
Kind of looking at you, pretty hostile. What of it?
You will show me this. You will show me this ship, please.
You're gonna cross their arms like, no. Why would we do anything like that? Like, maybe you should go find another bar to drink in.
Are you the owner of this bar?
No, but I'm the one telling you should probably go. Plenty of other bars for you to be in.
I have found what I required in this bar. Going to another bar would be unnecessary. Wait, going to another bar would be bad. Speaking to you is very difficult. Why couldn't you have simply learned your language? It would have been so much easier. How do you expect to represent your species if you can't do so using proper language? Even if I know your language better than you do, how sad. Is your education truly this awful? Wait, your labor. You are a labor caste, clearly the least important. They wouldn't waste time educating you. I understand now.
He's going to get killed.
That's it. I gets the kind of meaty finger and kind of does one of those kind of, like, I'm telling you to get out of my face before I rearrange yours. That clear enough for you, pal?
Oh. We're going to go with... I'm going to use telekinesis.
That's just mean.
I
I would go pick a fight with somebody and then
murder them. He's not so much picking a fight, he's simply pointing out what is to him very obvious. It's not my fault they got offended by the reality of what they are.
All
yes,
right.
yes it
By
is.
this time,
Yes, it is. I'm going to use telekinesis to pick him up.
Let's see here. Let me.
And I don't know how precisely that
Page
works.
142.
That is
Yeah, I'm getting the rule here. I'm getting the rules here. Telekinesis.
a major ability, though.
It is certainly major. Let's see. It's hypnosis. That's not what we're looking for. And it's around here. All right. So telekinesis. Okay. Let's see. This character can manipulate objects with a strength equal to his resolve attribute. For example, if the character has a resolve of 3, his effective strength of telekinesis is 3. Okay, so you're going to give me ingenuity plus resolve.
And 2d6, right?
Yes.
So that's 19.
That sometimes any kind of Okay. So all right, so what do you want to do? Because 19 is going to let you do pretty much whatever you want to do to this poor guy.
All right. I look at him. You do not lay hands on a prince of the royal house, human. And I pick him up. High enough that he's like crowding up towards the ceiling. I haven't done anything else.
Okay, so he's like, put me down, put me down.
Apologize first.
Fine, I'm sorry.
There. It's good that you understand. Do not make that mistake again. I was merely pointing out a reality. You should be more comfortable with what you are. You serve those who are above you well, then you have nothing. You have no reason to be anything other than proud of your work. I put him down.
Captain comment over. What's going on here, Prince?
Captain, I was just speaking with these gentlemen and asking them to show me their freighter.
Why would you do that?
Because they have been out to the Jovian worlds. I have questions. Did you know that we have a European on our ship?
Yes, I know that.
I have questions.
Why would you ask these guys the questions about the European on our ship?
I wasn't asking them about Europeans. Please. They barely know their names. I would never ask them such a thing. I was asking them where to take me to their ship. I do not know where it's berthed.
You don't need to see their ship.
I believe I do. Why would you say that?
Because I don't see why you need to see their ship.
That is because I did not tell you why I needed to see their ship. Speaking of humans is exhausting. Where's Thagen? He usually does it for me.
I'm going to attempt to charm these guys.
Where's Thagen usually handles this for me.
All right, so I'm gonna charm some people. So you're gonna give me presence and convince, +2 for your specialty in charm.
The meathead who beat up the pretty boy. Perhaps we can ask him.
And then I've got
Let's see.
charming too.
Oh, you did charming. Indeed. Let's see. So yeah, you get +2 bonus to that as well. So yeah, so it's going to be presence, convince, +4, plus 2d6.
11 plus 2d6, basically.
Yes.
Holy crap.
And that is a 6, so 17 total.
And then I roll terribly, so yeah. Okay, so so you are incredibly charming here, Captain. Whatever you want to convince them to do.
Look, guys, right. Let me refresh your drinks first.
But Captain, clearly they've drank too much. Clearly their decision making impaired.
Beep, 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 beep.
You make that sound every time you wish me to be quiet. I do not understand.
I mean, be quiet.
There it is, of course. I wander back over instead to the other diversion in the room.
Listen, guys,
Oh yeah, that's the kind of not like okay, okay.
listen, fellas. These guys are. This guy, he's from Mars. He's royalty. He just doesn't know about humans, and
Clearly.
he means no harm. He means no offense. Believe me, I know.
Well,
I walk up behind our Astronax. Is it true that men are from Mars and women are from Venus?
Do not understand your question. And how long have you been here? When did you get here?
I followed the captain.
Oh,
Had to make sure he didn't get into trouble.
why would you assume I would get into trouble? I'm really.
I didn't say you, I said him.
Ah,
Clearly you are a
man,
man of means and superior intellect. You would not get into trouble.
no, of course not. He literally is like, yeah, of course not. I had
Little does the prince know I am perfectly willing to kiss his ass in order so he thinks that he's got everything under control.
has everyone has ever done since the day I was born, so it is fine by me. So he's like, oh, of course not. I would never get in trouble.
Are you sure you should be out and about without your guard? I saw him face down in a bowl of ice cream.
Doggin, face down, defeated in ice cream.
And it was chocolate.
Chocolate. Oh,
Well, with little white things in it.
Doggin. Ugh, the chocolate.
He is
Yeah.
also a meathead, as you say.
Doggin is unworldly.
A head of meat.
His
Head of Meat, the Thargan story.
No, and unfortunately, Thargan really he did not understand that. Once had he ever seen chocolate before? No, wait, he had seen it once, but I don't think he understood that it also comes in ice cream as well as pudding.
Perhaps you should try some.
No, chocolate is not entirely good for Martians.
That clearly, it looked like he was quite enjoying himself.
Ah, yes. Were his weapons anywhere nearby?
He was strapped to his back, as it always is.
Not that I would know since I just joined the crew, but I assume so.
I'm concerned now. I think I should head back to the ship. And you see,
I thought you haven't probed this woman yet.
the prince is kind of
Woman's like, excuse me?
the prince looks. You wouldn't know because you're new to the crew, but the prince, the captain would notice, but he's not looking. The prince gets this look. I should return to the ship
Quickly.
quickly. Please, express to the captain my gratitude. In
For
his
bailing you out.
serving as an interpreter for the meatheads.
Of course.
Speak to them. I must go. And I am not quite running, but I'm gliding quickly
If you had a jetpack, you'd be flying in it.
towards the ship.
All right, so Prince quick does his power glide out of the out of the bar. The meatheads, having had their drinks refreshed, are like, okay, there's no harm, no foul. Not the first bar fight I've been in here past
Today.
couple of hours. Like, if he wants to go see the damn, it's not much to look at. but if he wants to come see the damn ship, fine.
Yeah, I turn around.
And so, Kama, did you follow the prince out, or are you staying in the bar?
Who's in the bar?
You see, Kama, there's no prince at this point. As
Uh,
you look behind you, you've got Kama just kind of standing there. There's a woman at the bar who looks kind of confused and is constantly looking around her.
We leave chaos in our wake.
I think, boys, I think you've dodged the bullet here, so to speak.
Once out of sight of everyone else, the prince just drops into a dead sprint. What I know about chocolate and Martians, everyone else may soon find out if I don't get back quick. Target has his weapons on the road.
So you're sprinting. So, Captain, the people behind you are like, this has been a weird day. I'm gonna go. You guys are kind of filing out.
I go up to the Venusian and say,
You're
where'd the prince go?
I believe he was terrified about the chocolate and his buddy incident.
Oh, no.
What?
That means we all should be concerned. Let's get back to the ship.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are heading back to the ship. We will snatch cut from there.
And we're all talking about pudding. I'm going to go get some pudding.
Pudding.
We will snatch cut from there to the.
I don't understand the
Attack
love
Disco.
of pudding that everyone has on this ship.
We got a Jello pudding sponsorship.
I am looking. I do not see Bill Cosby around.
We haven't invented Bill Cosby yet.
Well, it's not Jello pudding, so that's probably why.
Oh.
There you go.
This is
Whatever pudding,
these are homemade stuff, real pudding.
Nope.
real pudding.
It's
Jello pudding can be real pudding if you get the real pudding as opposed to the instant.
No,
Jello pudding now with roofies.
Oh,
Maybe that's what's wrong with Thargan's pudding. No, his ice cream, his roofies in it.
mm.
It's the new Ben and Jerry's flavor.
Mm.
What's it called? It's called Raise the Roof. Wait.
Oh dear.
I don't know.
You only thought they were marshmallows.
Those aren't marshmallows.
Those are Quaaludes.
I love this ice cream. This is like the fourth pint that I've had today.
Completely fucking addicted to it now. A very special episode on drug addiction starring Tharkin.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so while you guys sprint back, we smash cut to the Cora, Tag, and Bink show.
What could go wrong there?
What could possibly go wrong?
Thursday night on Fox.
nothing at all.
So you guys have made it up to the habitation ring, the section E, temporary housing, where people stay between transits or waiting for their transport, or things like that. Basically, just kind of got you get up there and basically kind of stereotypical space station corridor that kind of arcs around with a bunch of generic doors along each side.
Oh, damn.
Got a couple people kind of milling about in the halls. Like one of them is got some laundry they're going to go do somewhere. Kind of look your direction there.
Let's approach the person with the laundry because they look like they live here.
Kind of looks over and say, "You guys lost?"
We're actually looking for someone or to someone. Do you know Maria?
John went and got
Yeah.
pudding.
He did.
He in fact did.
Told you it was an advertisement for pudding.
What?
Oh, I think he froze up. I think we froze up.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
we froze up. So.
Oops. So I was like, yeah, Maria. She lives down the hall and moved in about a week ago or so.
Okay.
She's not in any trouble or anything, is she?
No, she was last seen with one of my crew members that's missing. So I was trying to find out where he was.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're, I don't know if you're crew members around here, but I said she's in 6, just around the bend there.
Well, it's this guy actually. She shows him the picture.
The headshot. He's kind of.
One of them with the saxophone and one of them playing it.
Boom.
Listening to saxophone.
I was like, oh,
That's a pretty man.
yeah, she's doing pretty good for herself there. I was like, well, I haven't seen him around, like hanging around or anything like that, like they know each other or anything like that. But let's see. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, real pretty good.
Which,
I got him. Come to think of it, I think I saw him. I saw him run by with someone last night. I only caught a glimpse of him, but she's kind of trying to hold it like she's trying to look. She cuts him from the side, like, yeah, could be him. I mean, I just kind of caught a glimpse of it, but I think it's had kind of similar colors in his clothes, like you guys are wearing. So. But I haven't seen him yet this morning or anything like that.
which door is Maria's?
It's 6. It's just down the hall on your left.
Okay. Well, if you do see this guy, can you report it to security? Because they're looking out for him too.
No, absolutely, will do. Good luck.
Thank you. So, go on over to door 6.
Right, door 6 is there. It's generic, silver door with kind of a red 6 stamped on it. Kind of a door chime button to the right.
Lean on the door chime.
No.
Oh, now with real door chime effects.
That's kind of sounded like ours, actually.
Because my headphones turning back on, they turned off for some reason randomly.
Strong. Love equipment. Our router did that the night was Wednesday night, just after game ended. It decided I'm rebooting because I feel like it.
There it is again.
Just really lean on that doorbell button. There is no answer.
Cora's just like, how am I when we find him? If we find him.
Well, I hope we find it.
Find it, just leave him here. Serve him right.
Important member of our crew. Why?
like, well, like, yeah. So there's no answer. Talking this like, oh, I mean, you gotta find him, right? I mean, I know he gets in trouble a lot, but he's a pretty good guy.
She knocks on the door. Maybe that'll help.
There is still no answer here.
Now, does the door slide open, or does it open like a regular door?
I want to say that it opens like a regular door here.
Just kind of try the handle out of curiosity.
The door is locked, but doesn't look like it would take much to get past that lock.
Either of you know how to pick locks?
Tag and Binks are like, yeah, we can do that. We do maintenance around the ship. We don't do a lot of lock picking when Captain Sal's on septic tank duty, but I think we can figure it out.
Give it a try.
So, Tag and Binks do rock, paper, scissors in the way that they do. But Tag wins. He steps up to the door and fiddles with it a bit, and then there's kind of a click of the door unlocking.
It's just kind of casually lean against it enough to push it open.
The door swings open.
Freaking.
The door swings open, revealing modest quarters. Here, it does not look like that Maria unpacked much during her time here. So give me a, let's see, where's the character sheets at here? That's not where they are. Give me an awareness and ingenuity roll.
$13.
It's not a bad roll. Spectacular roll, but well, actually, you're gonna add a bonus to that because you have keen senses eyesight, so you're gonna add a +2 to that to bring that up to a 15.
15.
All right, so yeah, you notice. So the room looks like it's in order, right? Nice, clean, almost too clean for someone who's been here for a week. You notice something out of place. It's kind of sticking out from underneath the dresser on the right, on the right. You notice it looks like a crumpled off piece of paper kind of sticking out there.
Just pick that thing up.
You pick it up. Enough that you recognize Romani's distinctive handwriting because he has immaculate handwriting because he is a beautiful person and everything he touches is beautiful. So even though it looks like it was probably something written in a hurry, it is still incredibly legible. And, of course, doesn't have any kind of, please help me, I've been kidnapped, find me here, or anything kind of like that. It has a sequence, it's D712.
Show it to tags and bangs. You guys know what this means?
Let's see, what have they got? Tag segment. Ooh. So Tag looks at it and says, I have no idea what that is. And it's like, give that to me. You're stupid. You don't know what the hell. You don't know anything. He takes a look at it, like, looks like a store, like a cargo storage designation. Probably a cargo holding area here on the station.
Okay.
I'm gonna log off and log back on again because everyone's picture is frozen.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I saw your note there, but I said I haven't had problems with anyone else's feeds. Everyone else's feeds have been pretty clear, but you guys have been kind of heavily pixelated here for a bit.
Yeah, log off and see if we can log back in.
It's the damn pixels. It's Mike's fault.
Dun dun dun.
As it usually is. Right, Mike? Mike is not in his chair.
No, he's not.
Damn. I wasted a perfectly good lame insult.
Zinger falls flat.
I hate when that happens. This is annoying.
And it must be really weird. They haven't dropped out of the chat yet.
Or he's looking very expectantly at the top of his monitor.
Just waiting for him to do something. Like something is going to happen here. I can feel it.
Do you feel the presence of evil? Oh, there he is.
Sorry, my apologies.
I didn't say anything. Bob just was insulting you, and you weren't there to accept it.
Yeah, I was very upset because I said you caused pixelation.
Caused.
Yeah, John and Rachel are cycling their internet cycling their connection there. They're running into some serious lag and whatnot.
I said it was your fault, as everything is, and you weren't there to actually enjoy my insult, so I was very sad.
I am here now and appreciate the
Mike.
Yes.
I noticed the prince is an awful lot like me. As I'm insulting Mike, I realize that sounded a bit like his character.
Awkward.
Bizarro channeling of me.
I don't know what you mean.
Awkward.
Never.
He would never do that to your friend Bob.
No, never.
Lies.
Not at all. Not
Filthy
one
lies.
bit. I don't know why you would think that.
Lies, and damn lies.
Is there really any other kind?
What did you got a new monitor now?
Yeah.
Mm.
The big one that I got, I did not like, so I sent it back for a cheaper one.
For a cheaper one?
Well, yeah. Because I gave you the one.
Yeah, because like I kid you not, it is so big that it's actually like almost frightening. It's frightening. Like
Scared the bejeebus out of him.
Burrowing into my skull. I can only see this.
Yeah, I see your pixels because my video card is not good. I need to turn down the resolution.
So they got this thing, just so you know. If you actually are going to try to stick with a laptop and then play games on it, they make actually external hard drives now, or external graphics cards. Sorry.
Okay.
So you can actually plug a graphics card into your frack. How's that work?
Well, the joy of trying to assemble a stand or a bracket. We're just like, I don't know. It's like I have pieces, but I don't know what they do.
One of mine actually required me to go get my toolkit. It was weird. Like, what? I mean, I need an actual screwdriver for this? I did.
Like, the hell?
But did you eat it when you were done with it?
Alas, it was not edible.
Lies. Everything is edible under the right circumstances.
I take issue with this.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't care how hungry I get. I don't think I can eat my futon.
Not even if the futon had it coming to it.
Well, you know, the futon doesn't have it coming to it, but I just feel like that would hurt me more than it would hurt it.
I need to at least suffer a good solid case of pica first. Yeah, I feel like that would be a requirement before I show my futon who's boss.
Yeah. Yeah. This is called a draw, right?
About time you showed your futon who was boss. Hey, John finally left the chat.
Yeah, eventually Google finally decided he wasn't around.
So they're trying to get back on again.
Yeah, they're terrible time hearing anything.
We mostly blame you, Mike.
I didn't do anything wrong. I'm sure of it.
You didn't do anything wrong?
I don't think.
But did you do anything right?
That is a question.
Good question, I guess.
Probably should go get some pudding or something.
I might just go do that.
You don't have no pudding. Maybe you do.
I don't have pudding.
You might have pudding.
Do I have pudding?
I don't know. What do I look like? A guy that's been hanging out in your cupboards?
No. I just stopped by periodically to inventory your pantry.
Won't work yet.
Would I do that to you?
Hanging out in my cupboards. That would just be awkward.
By the way, you need some more milk.
It's like you have a surprising amount of lunch meat. Did you know that?
It's like there's a dude in my cupboard. And I don't know who he is. But he's been there a while now. That is a song, an alternative.
There's a dude in my cupboard. He's been there a while.
It's a folk song.
An alternative folk.
He's been there a while. Planes that I haven't been shopping this week.
They're broken, aren't they?
It's not looking good.
Connectivity issues with the Mac.
Well, there's their first problem. Ha!
Well, now.
No.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Alas, they are wedded to the Mac.
I am in the cult of Apple too, somewhat, because I got an iPhone.
Yeah, I can't. Though I will say the Apple Store experience when we went there right before Christmas was at once kind of
creepy,
and on the other hand, kind of nice. I mean, we were standing there and it was wall to wall people 2 days before Christmas. Let me tell you.
I don't doubt it.
And then, and we went there like 8 o'clock at night. It was packed. And this was a huge store. It's in Chicago. So we're standing there and he finally gets helped and he says, well, go over to that table, which frankly looks indistinguishable to any other table to me. I don't understand how they do this. But they're like, go over, stand next to that table right over there and we'll send somebody to go get your product. And someone goes, gets the product, hands it off to another guy. And this guy, it was kind of cool. He was hearing impaired. And he points at what he's working on and then goes on ahead, indicates what he needs from my brother, all using a combination of of pointing and gestures, which were completely clear. Kind of like,
wow.
And he goes on ahead, punches in everything, gets him set up, hands him back his phone. And then once it was good and running, he just goes on ahead and he says he does like this. Like, he then nods and indicates, have a nice night. We were like, well, that was really cool, actually.
Like, well, that was neat.
It was kind of neat. I'm like, it shouldn't be a novelty, but it was. It really was. In a job in which communication seems to be key, he's doing a remarkably good job of communicating. But then again, I guess he's been doing that his whole life.
Probably not. He was probably a kid at one point.
You feel me staring at you right now?
Uh-huh.
You want to look on my face.
Yeah.
Good. As long as we're clear on that.
Damn it, Jim. Mike is a doctor, not a bricklayer.
I'm a doctor, damn it, not a bricklayer.
You're kind of a bricklayer, actually.
If bricks were people and
Brick house.
and I was making them walk. If I was making said bricks walk.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever been in like serious pain a couple days after PT.
Yeah.
She went at my muscle on my arm for the tennis elbow with that metal thing and drug it across there. It didn't hurt at the time.
Oh.
But she did find this one little knot, which I can still feel.
Mm-hmm.
And my arm feels bruised. Bruised.
Was it like a kind of rounded metal bar?
Yeah.
She's rubbing it through the belly of the muscle.
She rubbed it all over the arm, on the outside of my arm.
Okay. Yeah.
And then for tennis elbow, they gave me a wrist brace. I've had to explain that to about 12 people. They had to explain it to me first. I'm like, what the hell do I need a wrist brace?
It's because the problem isn't where you think it is. It's
Damn it.
Hysterical. What's wrong?
Damn it. Damn it, Mike.
What'd you do?
Oh.
You broke it?
No, I didn't break anything.
You got the right cable?
Yeah, just grabbed the wrong one first. Because damn it.
What you have now? Do you have yet another HDMI cable that you don't need?
Yep. Remember they used to cost like $90 a piece?
Now you're lousy with them. They're everywhere. You have half a dozen just hanging out in your house. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it is weird now.
Until I figured out about mono price and we started getting them online for like 10 for like $20. That was awesome.
Yeah, it is true. It's quite awesome.
Back then.
Oh, this is
awesome.
Good.
I missed whatever text message he's been sending. I heard something. That was my.
This is maybe a few more minutes. I told him no worries. I just knew.
Bryce saying, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. We're wasting time. It's Mike's fault.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going ahead and touch base about your character.
Whose? Mine?
Either one of yours. Okay, so there you go. That is William's many sheets of character. It's gracious. His character is 4 sheets long, and that's only because he's back and front. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 5 sheets long, and mostly it's almost all vehicles.
Damn it.
And then
it's kind of to be expected. He does drive vehicles for a living.
It's true, but holy moly. Okay, so then there is Hex, which is Bryce.
That is me.
There you go. Did you read up on
son of a
Technomancers?
I did when we were doing character creation. It's been a little bit though. I have to go back and
I'm telling you now, read it again.
Yes, it's on my list of things to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm supposed to start next week.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, because I'm going to tell you now, I'm not going to know all the rules. Technomancing is already one of the harder games, harder ones to play. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll deal with it. It's okay. We'll get through, but I wanted to make sure that we're really good at that.
Yeah, and I read it in advance of character creation. Then when we were doing character creation, I was looking at. I just have to essentially go back and refresh it since that was a little while back there.
Yeah,
I've slept since then. But it's on my list of things to do. I've got pretty sure I've got the book on my iPad, so I can my iBooks library, so I can look at it like when I'm at lunch at work and whatnot there. So
cool. All right.
Figured I would do that. Figured I would do that this week.
Yeah. I was debating about doing a Session 0 situation or something.
Don't.
Foxy.
Don't dare do this stupid stuff or shit.
But what?
What the hell?
I said Session 0. What are you talking about?
Session 0. I know Stuffer Shack when I hear it.
I don't know what's happening here.
Okay, so in the realm of Shadowrun, Stuffer Shack is what 7-Eleven is.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't even. It's like I don't know.
Yeah, and they are, of course, all the 7-Elevens were run out by Walmart, basically.
Walmart.
Basically, weren't they? And dollar stores.
There's still 7-Elevens.
I know, but not nearly as many as there used to be.
I suppose.
There used to be a lot of them. But now, not nearly so many as there once was. Look, dog.
Perhaps your dog was like a big dog.
Got it.
Actual shit. I think your dog does not appreciate you eating her bone.
She won't share, but I'm expected to share. Damn.
Wow.
Double standard.
I know, right?
You know what that's called? She's a dog.
She's
She is, in fact, a dog.
She's a dog. She's like,
Therefore,
no.
sharing is not in her repertoire.
She's like, but you share, and then I won't share. That way, I have more.
One for you, one for me. Two for you. 1, 2, 3 for me.
3 for you. 1, 2, 3, 4 for me. Yes.
Checks out.
All dogs go to the Bugs Bunny School of Sharing.
Dog pile on the rabbit. Damn it. Somebody is a jerk.
And okay, so I have an idea who that might be.
Twisty tie people.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Not who you thought it was, I know.
I
believe you might be. Ow! Son of a.
Are you okay?
No. I may have broken me.
He bent over and
Disappeared.
and sprained his eye socket.
Sprained my
Who would
eyes.
have thought that hooking up a monitor would be so treacherous?
Very
Sprained it.
difficult because I'm getting down and then I realize I'm putting pressure on the arm I'm not even supposed to put pressure on.
He's getting down. That's where you went wrong, right there.
Get down,
Get down tonight.
get down.
See, if you were getting down and funky with it at the same time, it wouldn't have hurt as much.
That's not recommended at our age.
We can't get down.
I'm not gonna get down at all. I don't get funky with it.
Funky. Getting down.
To get slightly stooped over.
Can I just stay up and get funky? Because getting down and getting funky is hard.
How much of a prerequisite is getting down in order to get funky?
I need to have a good breakfast if I'm going to get down and funky.
You might want to.
I'm gonna need 30 minutes to warm up here before we get down. Okay, just
You want pancakes. Pancakes are really good for getting down and funky. It is good that you are back. I think
Pancakes.
I have returned in time for you all to figure out why the prince is walking at a rather unseemly speed.
All right, so one quick note before we smash cut over to there. So, Cora, having found out that D712 is probably a cargo storage location, what is your next move?
Well, let's see if we can possibly locate the correct storage location. Would be the logical thing.
Really, Doc?
All right.
Really? Why?
So while you guys head for the cargo zone, we'll smash cut to the William messaging us from his. We smash cut to the Solar Star as the prince has sprinted back towards Dock 94 where the ship is parked. Captain Comet and Kama have also made great haste head in this direction as the captain is if the prince is concerned, then the captain is concerned.
Yep.
So, Prince, you will make it back to the ship first.
All right.
It is still standing. He hasn't blown up the ship yet.
Before anyone sees me, I slow down to a fast walk because princes do not.
Yes.
We do not run anywhere.
No, of course not. That'd be unseemly.
I smooth out my robes and I glide quickly towards the last place that I suspect Thargan to be, which is probably consuming the rocky road.
Well, so yes, you make it to the galley. Place is a bit of a mess. There is smears of chocolate on a table here.
I hope that's chocolate.
I hope that's chocolate.
After an incident in which he supposedly ate chocolate.
All right. I look around. No, however, I do not find Thargan.
You do not find Thargan. You do, however, see a head kind of poke up from kind of in the food prep area, kind of from behind the counter. They just kind of see a head, not Thargan's head. It is Cookie's head. Kind of pokes his head up, kind of tentatively poking his head up.
Cookie.
It's still attached to him, at least.
Have you seen Thargan? I require him.
Seen Thargan. Are you kidding? What happens when you guys eat? I don't know what's going on with him, okay? He was eating chocolate, then he started eating faster, and then he sprung up and screamed, and I don't know if I've ever heard anything scream that loud ever, and then just charged out of here.
Yes. I presume Thargan went that way.
Yes.
You may return to your cowering now.
Thank you. Just goes right back down.
I glide with haste in the direction that I think Thargan may have gone.
All right. So as you glide in the haste in that direction, Captain Kama, you have arrived at the Solar Star.
Well, at least
Did
your
I
ship
see the
is still in
prince?
one piece.
What was that, John?
Oh, do I see the prince?
No. He made it here first. If he's on board, you don't know if he's here or not.
So I go in.
All right, so you find the ship, more or less in one piece, at least in the entryway anyway. Com, are you following the captain still?
Oh yeah,
Com is behind you.
this is entertaining.
Like, why is my misfortune entertaining?
Hey, Jimmy.
Jimmy appears behind comma. Yes, Captain.
Have you seen the prince and Thargan?
The prince just got on board. He was heading towards the galley last I saw. Thargan. Last I saw, he was running towards the he was running towards the science lab, screaming, with some of the ice cream in his hand. He's eating Rocky Road, and I don't know what's going on with him.
I hope he hasn't gotten into my singularities.
You're what?
Singularities.
Plural.
That makes them not singular.
Like, I have all my singularities organized by size and color, okay?
I had let's get down there before.
Get down, get down, get down. Okay.
There are things on this ship, Captain, of which you know so little. It's terrifying. It's the most dangerous ship in the universe.
Ought to be.
Once Cora gets back with that no good, we have to have a crew meeting about things. The captain know what's going on.
It's like, what's that? It's like we've completed our string theory equations. We now know exactly what must be done.
Wait, what? This isn't good. Oh no, that's not good.
There's the other guy who works in the lab, the Russian dude who we don't hear from anymore. It's because he solved the string theory equations, all of them. Really? Things are in motion. Plans have been made. All right. Yeah, I am running. When I'm out of sight of others, I run.
So as the captain and comma head towards the science lab, you are gliding speedily, running, still quite still like a running glide, because Prince is quite graceful even when he's even when he's madly sprinting about the ship there. And yeah, you're kind of seeing kind of smears of ice cream along the wall.
I follow the ice cream and carefully do not touch.
Ice cream?
He's been exposed. He's been so exposed.
We are so burned.
Let's see. Looking at my list of NPCs there. As you're coming along the way there, you hear footsteps approaching as you're running down the way there. There's footsteps approaching in a herd.
Okay, I don't think it's Thargan.
No, it's not loud enough to be Thargan.
Okay, yeah.
Thargan's footsteps are distinctive.
Okay, never mind. I will continue looking for Thargan then. I'm looking, listening, calling Thargan. Doggin, you will attend to your prince at once.
So you hear a voice, not Thargan. It's Dobby's voice, like, shut up! Don't call him! What are you doing? Shut up! Sorry, Your Highness, shut up!
I stare at him like he's put concepts together that don't make sense to me. Shut up and Your Highness don't work for me in the same sentence.
Look, all due respect, he'll hear you.
Do you happen to know where he went so I may actually attempt to subdue him? How much chocolate has he had?
I don't know how much chocolate is that what happens when you guys eat chocolate? I don't know how much he's had. All I know is that I was coming out of maintenance room B, and he came charging by me, proclaimed himself to be the greatest warrior of Mars of all time on Mars, then thought I was disrespecting him by not acknowledging that, and
does he have his axe?
He went off in charge of like a worthy adversary or something. I don't know.
Did he have his weapon with him?
When doesn't he have his weapon with him?
I would have hoped he put it down. All right.
He had that thing in one hand and he had a giant vat of ice cream in the other hand.
That. He took it all. Of course he did. Well, he does believe in doing complete. Yes, okay, yes. Everything all at once. All right. I turn and hastily move in the other direction. Perhaps if I call him towards me, he will actually go away from everyone else. I have it. I turn around to head back because I have to get to the ship's comms.
All right.
All right. I presume that the running footsteps coming up that I heard were the captain and
Tennille.
Yes, Captain and Tama. You kind of intercept with them with the prince there.
Captain and Tennille, of course.
Let's have a moment of silence. The captain did pass away this week.
Pour one out for the captain.
I stop and I say, Captain, it seems that Thargan has found the entirety of the Rocky Road ice cream.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Yes. Yes, he's establishing himself as the supreme Martian warrior. I'll require your comm system. Can you patch directly into it from here? With your personal comms.
First of all, define interesting.
Yes,
oh God, we're all gonna die.
oh God, we're all gonna die. Yes, that's a good one.
It could be quite dangerous if he survives the ice cream.
I will give the prince access to the comms.
All right, so I key up the comms and I say, all hands, please be advised that Thargan is not himself at the moment. He is possessed of the irrational notion that he is the greatest Martian warrior ever. Of course, we all realize that is absolute absurdity. Thargan is absolutely incapable of ever being the greatest Martian warrior ever. That title is obviously held by, well, someone else. The point is that me sitting here basking comfortably in corridor B maintenance, next to maintenance room D-3, of course, me standing here saying that would indicate that clearly I do not believe Thargan could ever be a worthy adversary of any sort. How tragic that he is of such a misguided mindset. Truly, I will have to heap upon him shame flowers for the rest of his existence. However, tragically short it would be, for I expect a small human waif of a child to accidentally beat him to death in a game of Twiddlywinks. I turned it off, click. Do you suppose that was good enough?
Sounded vaguely insulting.
Oh, yes, okay, that's what I was going for.
When do you not sound insulting?
That's
I'm sorry, what, Captain? I do not understand.
Oh, nothing.
So, of course, the ship is pretty quiet because it's in docks, the engines aren't running and whatnot. And we haven't seen a lot of crew members out and about. Oddly enough, they've all kind of seemed to have scattered.
The unnamed people actually usually are, kind of, wandering about doing stuff. The named crew are absent. It's like that book I read where the ship's crew, the bridge crew would walk down the corridor, and all of a sudden all of the other crew members in the ship just vacated the corridors.
Red shirts. Love that book.
Fine book.
So you hear it's a kind of a guttural roar, not over the intercom, it just kind of echoes throughout the ship.
Captain,
you may have gotten his attention.
Perhaps you should not be standing directly next to me.
I take a step away.
Should I disintegrate him?
No.
I look between the captain.
That'd be fun to explain to Will. So your character went ham on ice cream and comedy disintegrated you. So do you have an idea for your next character?
I have your open. Our first answer to everything is disintegration.
I like disintegrated.
Should we disintegrate him? It'll give him a feeling of accomplishment.
Your favorite album is The Cure's Disintegration?
Yes, of course.
Of course. All right. So I stand and I compose myself.
Looks very composed at the moment.
A raging Martian Maduri warrior is closing in on me, and he's drugged up on
he's hopped up on the Rocky Road.
and he's been drugged up on Rocky Road.
Rocky Road?
This could end badly. He just kind of stands and listens and waits.
So yeah, you kind of hear it, hear the thudding of someone coming from, like a couple of decks above.
Wow. He managed to make his way a great distance through the ship, Captain. Hopefully he restricted his outbursts of anger on, I don't know, things that will heal. The ship will need to be repaired, no doubt. Otherwise,
I think we need a net to get him.
I don't know. Might anger him more. I think
disintegration.
I'm thinking a drug, something that will simply render him sleeping.
Chocolate ice cream.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yes, Captain. What can I get for you?
Bring me the tranquilizers.
Sure thing, Captain.
Yes.
You might want to use the whole elephant-sized dose.
Yes, perhaps.
He's all hopped up on ice cream at the moment.
And you eat this stuff recreationally.
For medicinal purposes.
I find it puzzling.
For them when we in here, I'm bigger.
They enjoy every minute of it.
We eat it recreationally. Sometimes we eat it together.
So, after a bit, Thargan kind of comes around the corner.
All right.
He's sweaty and his face is just covered in ice cream, and it's kind of dripped on his armor, and kind of got it cradled in this hand here. It's kind of a mess, and he's kind of got the hammocks.
Wow. I am literally at a loss for words. Thargan. Well, there you are, glorying in your incompetence. It took you forever to get here. Shane Flowers. I'm thinking lilies. No, something even more delicate. Something utterly fragile. What is the most absolutely ridiculous? Orchids. Orchids. I will give you orchids. They are the most absurdly difficult to grow, non-hardy, impossible to keep alive. And then they do come alive. They're alive for mere minutes, and then they wilt. Yes. Orchids. I went. All right. At which point I turned and I glide away quickly in the opposite direction. I kind of yell to the captain, bring the tranquilizers. Got her take off.
Jimmy appears. Here you go, Captain.
I will spend a story point to shoot the tranquilizer gun at Thargan.
He starts to kind of pick up speed, charging after his prince there. All right, so it's gonna be coordination and marksman, and gonna spend the story point. So you're gonna roll 46.
Okay.
Don't miss.
Really, Cat?
Yep.
Ooh, so it's 11. 17 plus 3 is 20 plus 2 is 22.
22.
So if Thargan were going to resist that, how would he do that? I'm just curious. Just saying. Just curious.
He just gets knocked down. That's it.
There's no resistance.
Well, there's the roll to dodge, and then let's see.
Wouldn't one have to be in the right mind to dodge?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, he doesn't really. He would ordinarily get a roll to dodge, but he's just kind of in a berserker charge maneuver. So it's mostly John rolled really great and has hit him, and then he gets a roll, an attempt to see how much he can resist the poisoning, and that is let's see. Poisons and diseases and whatnot are kind of a strength and resolve roll, which are his two best stats, but
oh my god, his strength and resolve are both 7.
That's he rolls up and hits things. That's what he does.
Gosh.
But I didn't roll that great for him, and John rolled really well. So, and Jimmy brought you the really good stuff. So it's one of those things where, you know, in keeping with the dramas, like he's just kind of you hit him and he keeps coming. It's just kind of a. And it kind of falls to the ground in a puddle of kind of melted rocky road that dumps out of the vat. Snoring.
Okay. We're putting him in the brig, Prince.
I was going to say it was not necessary, but it clearly is. Of course, Captain. That is only wise.
Cookie?
You're kind of a what? Is he done?
He's out now. You can come on out.
Oh, thank God.
Is Cookie a jailer now?
Yes, Cookie, you're in charge of the brig now.
Okay. I'm in charge of the brig.
You mean you get to be the one closest to Thargan when he wakes up.
Is it too late to go back to being the cook?
Like, oh, you didn't want to be the cook, no.
Jimmy.
Yes, Captain.
Let's help me and Cookie get Thargan to the brig.
All right. I step back out of the way of any of that chocolatey.
Sure thing, Captain.
We're going to establish rules on this ship. Rule number 1, no Rocky Road ice cream.
Specifically, it's the chocolate in the ice cream, Captain.
No chocolate ice cream.
Or pudding.
Or pudding.
Or frozen.
Or blancmanges.
Or candy bars. Or
no chocolate.
Or
chocolate is forbidden.
That is kind of you, Captain. Thank you. I know that normally I say that you are extraordinary, especially given that you are a human, but this time I mean
it. Complimenting me.
While you guys are talking, Jimmy starts to wrangle Thargan.
Who, up to now, I never realized how big Thargan was. He's a beast.
Really? You've never noticed that?
No. I look at him every day. He's always been the same size to me. Now, when I see him next to the humans, I realize, yes, he's truly an extraordinary specimen of Martian lethality. Yes. So thank you so much for your assistance. I glide away to my quarters.
Hate when he does that.
I'm clearly not needed here.
All right, so you glide away. Kama, now that the excitement is done, what are you off to do?
Wait, he was headed for the...
Yeah, I better go check out what he broke.
I stop. I turn around. I head back. I'm curious. He was headed towards where Kama was, but he didn't find him because Kama was with the captain, which means he was in his lab, potentially. Yes, I stop on my way back to my quarters and head there instead.
All right, so you're heading towards the science lab. Kama, are you heading back to the science lab as well?
Of course.
All right, and Captain, you're wrangling Thargan towards the brig?
Yeah.
All right, so while you guys head in your various directions, we will smash cut back to the Cora, Tag, and Bink show.
Now on Thursday nights on Fox.
So it's shown out of order and probably already canceled because that's what Fox does.
But if Seth MacFarlane made it, we'd give it our full support.
And I'm okay with that because I'm still digging the Orville.
Really? I think it's going to be kind of meh this year.
Yeah, so it's not quite on season 1's level, but I'm still digging it. And the first episode was very much, let's reintroduce the characters to everyone. In season 2, I kind of like the callbacks to what went on in season 1 there. I haven't seen the most recent episode yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still digging it. All right, so core tag Binks. Yes, you were able to find your way down to the cargo area, the section D. The units are pretty well marked here. There's even a map when you get into the cargo section there, showing where the various storage areas are, and 712 is kind of towards the end of the row.
Okay.
And essentially, it's another kind of big arcing hallway, wider than the habitation ring, and you've got essentially the equivalent of garage doors, kind of like giant public storage lockers. Essentially, you store places going along the left side. The right side ends in airlocks where you can hook up outside and be able to transfer cargo back and forth. So you can drop things off here, pick things up here, without having to actually be on one of the main landing platforms. So there's not currently a lot of activity down here. It's pretty quiet.
And of course, I'm assuming that it's locked, obviously.
Well, actually, as you approach, yes, it is. The door is shut. But you can hear voices on the other side of it.
Let's have a listen.
Right. I like it. So, give me an awareness and ingenuity roll. See how well you can hear through the door.
If she takes a glass and puts it next to the door, she can get a bonus.
Awareness, ingenuity. Yeah. 15.
All right, so you're going to hear you miss a few words just because of the way it is. They're listening through things, but you're going to get most of them with them with that roll there. So you listen to it, and it's a male voice. His voice is clearly raised, and you can hear him clearer than anything else in there. Seems to be braiding some unknown person or persons. And so you pick up on, like, okay, so tell me again how the stuff went missing. Because it was here, and Trader came through, we got what we needed, and Maria got us the perfect patsy here. But when we get back, you two who are supposed to be guarding it suddenly tell me it's gone and you have no idea what happened to it. And kind of some unintelligible mom was like, no, it's like, you guys are both still standing. Clearly you're not dead. So where is it? Like, when you hear something to the lines of, we don't know, could have sworn it was here. It's like, do you know how hard it was to get that from the Soviets? It wasn't easy. And none of the rest of this stuff is useful without it. It's like now, Oh, sorry, another watch went off there. No, it's okay. Like, you have any idea what kind of a bind this puts us in? And it's only a matter of time before someone notices this dork is missing and comes looking. That means security, and we're missing it. And if you tell me something about a little kid again, I'm going to shoot you myself. There's no way a kid got in here and grabbed that. They couldn't even carry it.
Jimmy could.
So that is what you're hearing there.
Okay. So it doesn't sound well. So don't recognize the other voice at all, or can't.
It's not a voice you've heard before, no.
I just realized Jimmy is a kinder.
He's a purser.
She is impulsive. She's thinking, well, come on, man. What is this thing that you're talking about?
So while you're deciding the fates seem to give you an answer to that question while you're thinking of it, you hear him. There's like some more unintelligible. It's like, look, bottom line, you have an hour to find my plutonium, or you're all dead.
Really? You have plutonium?
No, Captain, you have plutonium. That's
I do.
Oh, yes.
No plutonium, no chocolate, no plutonium.
No. Plutonium's fine.
You have singularities too, several of them.
Is there
Well, to be fair, he hasn't built that yet. Working on it, though.
is there any way to look into that area without being noticed, or is it
Yeah, I
just
was gonna say there's kind of like porthole windows there on the door you can look in.
okay? Let's take a quick peek, see if we can see anything.
So you take a quick peek, and the first thing you see is a familiar sight, and that is Romani tied up to a chair, gagged, of course. Standing behind him is a rather attractive woman who kind of matches the descriptions of Maria, although she seems to have shed her red dress for a far more practical jumpsuit with a with a pistol on her hip. There are a couple of you see a couple of crates in the room. Let's see. You can't read the markings on them. Looks like looks like they're in looks like it's in Russian. You've seen the language, you just don't know how to read it. It's not one of your languages. There is kind of a workbench where there's some equipment laid out. There's an odd space in the middle where it looks like something probably was sitting, but it's not there anymore. And kind of directly in front of that, you've got a pair of guys who clearly look like goons who are looking up at a taller adult human male, kind of jet slicked back hair, who is kind of glaring at them as they kind of look up at him, kind of stammering, some kind of, "Yeah, don't worry, boss. We'll get him. We'll go track that down."
Well, at least we found him.
That's good. What kind of trouble has he gotten himself in now?
God only knows. One of you walk a little farther away, calm the captain, let him know what's going on.
All right.
We need as many people down here as possible.
This looks like a job. Thargan would love this.
Yeah,
You should totally bring him. I mean, you should have
It'd be
seen
nice.
him when we were on Santa's ship there. He just loved that.
Oh,
kind of frightening.
ho.
All right, so you're going to calm the captain?
Yeah.
All right, so Captain, you and Jimmy have just kind of loaded Thargan into the brig when your comm goes off.
Can I see who it is, or is it just a radio?
It's just a radio thing. Sorry, we haven't even made a caller ID yet.
We haven't invented that yet.
This is Clive Comet. May I help you?
We found our wayward crew member, but we're a little outnumbered down here. Can you bring more people down so we can get him out of here and get the hell out of this place? Because no.
Where are you at?
Is it D or B 712?
D. D is in dog.
We're at in one of the storage sections. D712 is the container. And they mentioned something about some stolen plutonium.
Don't know about that. Jimmy,
Yes, Captain.
do you know anything about plutonium?
Why, yes, I do. Comedy is some plutonium for his experiments, and I helped.
Did you get it from here? I show him the things.
Where did you get it from?
Looks at the coordinates. Why, yes, they had some plutonium right there. It was the nearest source of plutonium to the ship, Captain, and I got it for him.
Gather up the crew, have them get their lasers.
Bring lots of weapons. There's at least
Sure thing, Captain.
Because now they got you know who.
at least 5 in there.
Armani again.
Boy, it's too bad Thargan is incapacitated.
Incapacity.
Yeah, he's going to be asleep for at least another 7 hours after the tranquilizer you gave him.
Yeah.
You should wonder where he got those from.
Jimmy, why did
Yes,
you get
Captain.
plutonium?
What?
Why did you get plutonium, Jimmy?
He's kind of confused, like, because Kama asked for it?
Okay. Before you get anything for Kama, You come see me.
Yes,
What?
sir, Captain. Mhm.
Plutonium. Now I require an XJ7 space modulator.
In fact, get the plutonium. We're going to trade the plutonium for Carmony.
That will not do. The plutonium is already in the process of being refined.
Yeah, I'm afraid pulling the plutonium out now would be incredibly dangerous to everyone. Mhm.
Okay, gather up the crew, have them get their lasers.
So
Have to do this the heroic way.
And I get do you want the prince and comma as well?
No.
No.
Yes, sir, Captain. Mhm.
no. Why he refuse my help? I'm helpful.
Not in this
Oh.
case.
All right. So while reinforcements make haste towards storage area D712, we will smash cut to the aforementioned science lab.
The Battle of D712.
Battle of D712. Dun dun dun. Where Kama and the prince have arrived. And your door has seen better days.
Has he been wailing on my door with his axe?
Well, he broke open the door with your axe. With his axe.
So I look inside and I say, that does not look normal. Is it supposed to be doing that?
No.
Should we call anyone?
Nah, we'll just clean it up.
Hmm.
Admittedly, humans are easily sickened by uranium.
Indeed.
No doubt the Russian guy might be dead.
I don't think the Russian guy is still here, if you know what I mean. Not in the way that he once was.
Oh, he's transcended.
I think so. I didn't think a human would figure it out so quickly. In any case, I'm willing to perhaps see what I can do with providing any assistance that I can to you if you're willing to overlook this small trespass. Targan clearly was not himself.
Clearly. It's okay. I can get more plutonium.
All right. I'm using my telekinesis to help him pick up heavy things.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make a roll for that.
You know. And
Cleaning up messes.
straightening out things. So, these singularities that you're planning on making, I'm curious. What are you going to do with them exactly?
Wormholes.
Okay.
And
So what?
plastic.
What?
I've got one word for you. Plastic.
If you show me Velcro, I'm going to be very annoyed. Zip, 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 zip. Change the world.
True.
So wormholes to where exactly?
Oh, wherever they go. That's still to be determined. I did have one incident.
Incident?
A trifling thing. Saturn has plenty of moons.
Well, whenever Europans say it's a trifling thing, what they really mean is it was a disaster of epic proportions. However, I don't care. So, trifling thing. And besides, as you say, Saturn has many moons.
63.
Surely, it wouldn't have missed.
It didn't mean that 64th one.
No, quite clearly not. How many does Jupiter has? Like 80 something now? I can't.
And besides, when I blew it up, it made that lovely ring around the planet.
Ring around the planet, ring around the planet.
Okay, so Jupiter has 69 known moons.
69, dude.
This is just good fun trivia. $62 with confirmed orbits, 53 of which have names, only 13 of which have diameters larger than 50 kilometers. All right. So I'm very curious about your wormhole technology. Could it be?
I'm not showing my wormhole tonight.
I'm sorry.
I don't think we're on talking about the same thing.
I don't think so. Okay. So, I will leave awkwardly. No.
I shuffle away, looking disturbed.
I'm wondering if your wormhole technology can be made such that it can operate on an individual person scale.
If I can get it working, yes. I'm sure I can do whatever I need to.
We don't go into Dominion space.
Like, I have some ideas. There's a war that I need to fight. Such technology would be a great asset.
You do realize the last time you fought a war with high technology, you blew up a planet and forced an entire species to move to Venus.
Yes.
And disintegrated your own population.
Yes. Well, you know, victory. Victory has its price sometimes. Don't plan on repeating those mistakes. Those were clearly ill-conceived. This would be better technology. Yes. I mean,
it's going to be much better this time.
It's going to be gloriously destructive, but this time we'll make sure that it only hurts other people, not us.
Not you.
But what would be the price for such a weapon?
I do not know yet. We still have to develop it. These things take years and years of dedicated effort and study and money. Lots of money.
You're a European. Clearly you don't need that long to study.
Well, no.
You have disintegrators.
Well, disintegrators have nothing to do with... Never mind.
He's like, ooh, almost caught myself there. I was about to say something. Yes, of course. They have nothing to do with whatever you were going to say. Okay, then. You notice the ship has become very quiet.
Yes, I think they all left. I feel no presence on the ship.
Should we be concerned?
Pack up the ship and leave? Oh, no, that would be a bad choice.
That was not what I was going to say. No.
Oh.
No, we should not. No. Ogden's on the ship, though. I'm on the ship. You're on the ship. We could steal the ship.
I have a feeling the captain would not appreciate this. Of course, he'd have to catch us.
I mean, what if it were pirates? There are pirates, aren't there?
Could you wear this eye patch?
There have been Martians who've attempted the eye patch. It was not successful.
Martian parrot on the shoulder.
Yeah.
You don't even want to see Martian parrots.
Yeah.
There's some ugly birds.
They, like everything else on Mars, are actively trying to kill you.
It's like they burrow into your body and then they lay eggs. It's horrible. And they talk to you the whole time.
Hey, pieces of eight. Pieces of eight.
Get out of my body.
Pieces of eight.
You so wrong.
Then I ram my ovipositor down your throat and lay my eggs in your chest. I'm not an alien.
We're going to be friends for the remainder of your life. It's like,
Hello, incubator.
we're so close.
What do you think of Mozart?
So,
Oh, yes, your composer. I'm not an alien.
well, darn it, no, it would make the captain quite angry.
So, while you guys clean up the lab and hatch plans for singularities that will in no way, shape, or form shatter Mars later, we smash cut to storage area D712. Question I have, Cora, have you, Tag, and Bings waited for reinforcements, or?
Yeah, because I don't want to get somebody shot. At least not right away.
All right, so you guys are kind of camped out there. They're waiting. Captain, you and your contingent of NPC crew members have arrived.
Is there any other way in or windows or anything like that?
Yeah, along the so you've got the main door, then there's kind of like a personnel door, but then there's also, because of the way things are designed in such adventures, there's like a maintenance hatch port there that you could get in there and get them maybe not just go running in the front door there.
Yeah, I'd still rather wait for him.
Well, your reinforcements have arrived. Captain, you and your NPC crew members are there.
All right. Why do I picture us looking like the enforcers?
This is not Space Mutiny, so never mind.
They show up in their tiny little go-karts.
Anyone else need
Which
to-
Bryce? Here's a idea for the future. We run a game on the Southern Star.
That would be a fantastic. It's like, that's a one shot that needs to happen. Reaching speeds of 3. And drop the waxing compound.
So I go to Cora. What's the situation?
Well, our favorite crew member's inside.
Figured that.
They're complaining about some missing plutonium.
Yeah, Jimmy told me about that. I kind of
We'll talk about that later.
I kind of glanced Jimmy.
So something about the Soviets, I'm not exactly sure what the situation is with that, because it's kind of a half conversation.
Okay.
There's at least 5 in there, not including.
So we get in, we grab cup,
them,
and get out.
Yeah.
And get the hell off the station.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this.
You want to go in guns blazing, or you want to go in quietly? First in, first shot.
Of course, I'm the captain. And I strike that pose in my picture.
Nice.
Great.
Very nice. I like it. All right, so going in hot.
Yep.
All right, so throw open the door. Everyone kind of looks up in surprise. So yeah, when you come in, you've got Romani kind of off to the left, tied up in a chair. Behind him is Maria. Then to the right, you've got a couple of guys who stand up when you come in. Next to them is the guy who was doing the yelling. And then kind of off in the back, kind of by the equipment, someone else pops up there and looks at you.
Okay, boys, we can do this the hard way or the easy way. We just want a crew member back.
So the one who's clearly the leader kind of turns and looks at you. It's like, kind of looks around. It's like, well, what's he worth to you?
What do you want?
Well, not that I think you lot got in here and took it, but some very important cargo was stolen from me.
Don't know anything about that.
I'm going to do a bluff and spend a story point.
All right. So give me presence and convince plus your bonus for bluff.
9. I don't think charming comes into this.
Nah, you're bluffing. There's not a social thing there.
Okay, so it's gonna be 9. 19 total. I'm going to say I of course know nothing about what you're looking for, but I might know who took your cargo. And I tell them where the cargo ship of the meatheads are.
So it kind of turns into as people's like, and you try to tell me some kid got in here and got it. All right. So you take your crew member and go. You're not going to tell anyone what went on here, right? No harm, no foul. You leave us to our business, and we'll leave you to your business.
Already forgotten.
So he kind of nods over at him, Maria, who kind of glares at him, and then finally shrugs and unties Romani. Kind of looks longingly back at him, Maria, before I'm heading over to you guys. Captain, Cora, I knew you guys would come. Thanks. I don't know what happened.
Of course you don't.
Romani, we have to train you better. You can't keep getting caught.
It's just, those guys were harassing her, and one thing led to another.
let's go back to the ship.
All right, lead on. Kind of one of those things where they watch you go and you kind of leave without turning your back on them, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Like in there, like I said, you saw the scene described earlier. That there's crates. Does your character know? No. So yeah, you don't. The writing's clearly in Russian on the crates. You can't read it, but like I said, there's definitely a bunch of equipment laying around, a gap where something is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are able to get clear.
Right. Well, hightail it to the ship.
Well, ship is still where you parked it.
All right, Cora, let's get out of here.
Confine that jerk to his quarters, will you?
Who, Hermione?
Yes.
Well, come on, guys. It's not my fault.
Seriously, no. Quarters. Don't come out until we tell you.
Fine. He slinks away to his quarters. The engines of the Solar Star Spring to Life sound a bit higher pitched than they did when we landed. Commas, some upgrades are pretty obvious.
Nice.
And we close on Solar Star flying away from Spaceport America.
Thank God.
And I salute it as we leave. Goodbye, Spaceport America.
Give it a one finger salute.
So patriotic, so corrupt.
And we'll call it there.